recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
All right, I'm here in studio. We got Woodman. I'm going to be jumping in. He's going to be jumping in right away here, folks. We're going to do a little live show here. He's actually in studio, so it's always a great time when we have that. So without further ado, let's introduce Woodman. What's going on, brother?
Airborne, good morning, everybody. Well, enough this afternoon.
Yeah.
It's in the afternoon now, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Wednesday, hump day. How we all doing?
Good. Everyone's doing great,
Great.
they
great.
said. All right, everybody. Well, lots of things happening. I'm staring at an article here I'm not particularly happy with. So again, we have to, take things as they come, try to understand, I know with the recent McCabe, no filing of charges, it's never a great thing on just the face of it. Now, do we know the inner workings? Is McCabe, was he working with Durham? And, they were throwing these charges of lying, because that has become the emblem for the FBI, the emblem, which is, get people on charges of lying when all else fails. Investigate somebody for Russia collusion for 3 years, and then on the tail end come out with, well, we got a bunch of people on lying. Oh, what, lying about Russia stuff? And no, other things. Like process crime, all right? So process crime. And that's what they're trying to throw, because it's the lesser charge. A lot of times the FBI will stop and get you on a lying charge instead of the actual crime. Look at Martha Stewart, for example, on the selling of stocks or whatever. They were getting on insider trading, but she only went down for lying.
Right.
And got several months, where they're trying to throw Roger Stone 9 years. All right, so there's a lot of different angles here, different players, who's who. But we do have here an exclusive. Feds are fuming. Now, what feds? But feds are fume about no grand jury in Durham's FBI abuse probe. All right, so we know one of the 5 investigations that are being ran, or 6 right now, is Durham's looking into the FISA abuse. So we're going to jump. What desktop? All right, give me 1 second here, folks. I don't like
Right.
what I'm seeing there. Desktop capture wasn't correct. I don't know how. And that's not it either. We don't want 2. So I'll try 3. Maybe 4. Let's jump to 4 and try. There it is.
Number 4.
Number 4, but I gotta make it widescreen at that. Okay. So exclusive. Feds fume about no grand jury in Durham's FISA or FBI abuse. So Justice Department insiders are fuming at an internal report that there has been no grand jury convened as part of the Connecticut U.S. Attorney John Durham's probe of the FBI's alleged illegal FISA violations and spying on President Trump's campaign. And many feds are not happy, especially since Barr just gifted Andrew McCabe a get-out-of-jail-free card last week for lying 4 times to the FBI. Durham was tapped by U.S. Attorney William Barr in May to investigate FBI-related breaches. Yet FBI insiders said Durham has not presented any evidence to a grand jury. Thomas Paine detailed the controversial relations on today's Thomas Paine's podcast and the More Paine Show on Tuesday night. This should be in grand jury phase, especially because the inspector general did much of the groundwork. One justice official said they might be running out of the clock on this one, like in 2016's Hillary's investigation. It's been 10 months and Durham had a hell of a head start from the IG. There can be no indictment without a grand jury. So whatever the rumors are in the press, that's not a negotiable fact. The story is developing. I would agree. Now, I don't know if the grand juries are actually being kept secret. That's the only other angle to this. And then the only other fact it would lead to, folks, would be logically that Barr and Durham aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. If there's not something here hidden from the masses because of the sensitivity of this, all right? Now, I'm not saying being done in secret. Just these people that are wanting to yell out from internally saying, there ain't been nothing being done. And that's where Thomas Paine, or his Thomas Paine podcast from the guy from, I always forget his name. Thomas Paine detailed the controversial relations on Thomas Paine. Yeah, Thomas. So this is like hearing things from people within saying that there ain't nothing going on, but yet do they not know? So I'm not going to play that card 100%. I would rather as well rely on the fact that Barr and Durham might not be doing the right thing. I mean, that's all we can go off of is, or it's going to be a hell of a surprise. So what do you think on that, Woodman? What would your thoughts logically be if we're looking at here? True Pundit does great work. They're bringing, so there's people, and if we take this, insiders. So now we got to understand how these insiders leaking things like people typically leak, that there's been nothing happening, or is it maybe something they don't know about?
I hate to say. I'll tell you why. I just can't imagine that'd be number 2 and number 3 given away. I just can't imagine. I can't fathom that.
Yeah.
They have to, by all rights, by even moral rights, they have to do a lot more what they're saying. I'm really thinking that there's a lot more behind the screen that nobody knows. I tend to go that direction, and I'll tell you why, because they're really good at hiding things to begin with. Now, if they don't approach this situation in a proper manner, they're going to create chaos in our country, because this does go deep if he does it right,
Like I said, the things we've looked into and read, if there is a coup going on, there's definitely elevated things happening. Now, the process of not stripping away, because you could have, the president has every right to, but this process that he's let play out puts many different people in many different positions. And you can look through the early Trump administration when people were volunteering. You had like Robert Mueller, I'll be the head of your FBI for you. You had that Mitt Romney trying to be the Secretary of State. They're all acting like they liked Trump. And then shortly after, they were like stonewalled, like, nah, you're not going to get that position. I don't think you're right for it. Then, the dissent started, and he's a piece of crap anyway, man. And then they vote, and we see at the end here how they actually really thought the whole time they wanted certain positions to help guide everything that was coming. So I don't know if this is the process to make us really mad, which it should, but I just have this little inkling of everything we've looked at to be like, I don't see either. I mean, I would have to say either Durham blew this whole thing, or there have been grand juries, just these insiders that are, and things are being operated in just a little different manner because of what's going on.
Well, that plus,
and that would be outside the norm of anybody that's been alive that thinks they've read lots of things, because you maybe need to go back a little further and read, and maybe since the last time something like this has even remotely kind of happened in our country, things have been put into play. So I don't know. If you have the sensitivity of a coup, And I mean, they've bitched about process already of like, well, why didn't they do this a normal route? And then you hear things from Trump saying, well, we did a year and a half ago, we put this in, but then nothing would happen. Like, you know, they're expecting you to put in your normal paperwork here, and then it gets sent over to here, and then it ends up over here where this guy throws it in the trash.
Right, right.
And they want them to keep using that portal so they can keep throwing it in the trash. So then if you do something else that's outside of the norm,
And they can't control it.
yeah. So I'm not pushing that angle either, but it's plausible. That is the only other. So like I said, we see these guys wrap up here. Barr's been echoing Trump. Now they were talking about Barr stepping out. They came out and justified that too, that he's not stepping down. I don't know, he mentioned it over Trump's tweeting. Barr himself, but we'll see. We'll see if at the end of this, well, Durham came up empty-handed, and 11 months of looking into this one angle. Now, as far as we know, he was appointed back in October of 17. He was probably tasked different missions throughout. There are different little things to look at throughout the time since October of 17, but so interesting. Again, I'd like to know who the sources are, the insiders from the FBI or the Justice Department. I never like the anonymous insider.
Well, nothing's really official yet, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's too much rumors flurrying, and you would think that even the people inside the FBI would, man, at the tail end of this, getting close to, there's just going to be rumors of flying. There ain't going to be nothing happening. There ain't even no grand juries. And it's just like, oh my gosh. But again, it could be true. And then that would only mean other things. So very interesting. Very, very interesting, you guys. We pray that somebody stops the coup. Or is it just Trump being delirious? We don't know. What do you guys think? Would like to take a few phone calls on it. The phone number is 202-506-9005. Call in. Tell us what you think. It is the time
Call in.
to call in.
And so it is to the printing press.
Taking some phone calls. And again, that number is 202-506-9005.
That we look for strength and assistance.
All right, you're on the Patriot Hour. What is going on? Can you hear us? This is a Patriot Hour.
Nothing much.
What you got going on?
And I was saying, about everything going on. And
It's like a bad signal. Hold on here.
Kind of fuzzy wuzzy.
That was a fuzzy, wuzzy fuzzy.
Try it again.
All right, hold on, guys. I really need that program to open up, Woodman. So I can turn off call waiting.
All right.
Save changes. All right. We are taking calls. Again, make sure you have your show turned down on the back.
All right.
Patriot Hour, this is Michael and Woodman. What's going on?
it's time to get the base.
Oh, man. What number is this?
I don't know.
All right. We're still playing around with it. I like it. you hear that? 678-699. They got a horrible signal.
Wow. He'll get it, people.
Call in. You're on.
Hey, God bless you, Mike. God bless you, Woodman.
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
we hear
Oh,
you
yeah.
great.
Great to talk to you. You do a great job. I've been on your show ever since the beginning, Mike. We've been waiting 3 years. We've been waiting 3 years, God. We've been waiting 3 years.
You are excited, aren't you?
Hey, Woodman.
Yeah.
I love you, man. My nephew Mark's airborne, brother.
All right, airborne all the way.
Airborne Ranger, Ghost Company.
Ooh, all right. Know a little bit about that.
So, he's the best veteran oh my God, he's a great man. But let's get back to the situation. May Day was posted on Q. Evidently, there's something lined up big coming up. Also, we had 220 posted on Q. I want all my patrons, all my patriots, all our buddies, just to hold tight. Something's coming up, and be careful. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Woodman, and God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless
you have a
you.
great day.
Airborne.
That was a great call. All right, I'm still messing with volumes. I want to get them dialed in. Each call is going to fluctuate.
Well, let's have another call. That was pretty nice.
You're going to need that in. I don't know. Patriot Hour, you're on. What's going on?
Hi, Michael. Hi, Woodman.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Can you hear me? I know
Yes.
it's been really bad reception.
Yeah, it varies call to call, but this one, you sound pretty...
Oh, good. I'm
sound
kind of
good.
surprised because with all the activity here, I've got this is Sandy in Colorado.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Before.
Okay, yes, I think you've called in before, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And I've got the 4 bases around me.
Yes.
I'm on a landline, and this goes at a beat, off and on.
Okay, I hear it.
Just so you know, and it's done that ever since the Space Force was coming out here. So I'm actually, Michael, I'm actually really scared to be here where I'm at.
Wow.
Why, like,
I don't know who to talk to. I mean, that's the point where I'm at now. I don't know who to trust. I literally feel like I'm on my own, and I was going to reach out actually to you and Woodman and Ben and say, do you know any military family here that lives on a ranch where I can go with my 3 horses, my 3 dogs? One's a hero war dog. I'm from a military family. I am extremely uncomfortable where I'm at. And I have been feeling that more the last, I'm going to say 4 or 5 months.
wow. No,
That's kind of where I'm at here. Something, I really hope, and I still believe our president is going to go after those that need to be gone after.
well, yeah, we're in a
I believe in
really...
that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, well, did you just hear the article? Like, we're talking, there's some leaks coming out that they're like John Durham, there's no grand jury, but we don't know if that's deep state throwing something out or if that's legit. There is that going on. That is all real, as far as like people for Trump, people against. Leaks have typically been against the truth, so the truth is probably opposite, that there has been grand juries. I don't know. They're trying to create a lot of discord It's working. People are getting upset. It's been a long haul. What area are you at again? Just general about area?
I'm out east of Colorado Springs.
East of Colorado Springs, okay.
Does that make sense, Michael?
Yes.
That's about where I'm at. I am, I'm on a little bit of acreage here of the horses, and I'm not going to let hi Wendy, I'm not going to let the horses go, because when my dad passed, November 10th of 2011, a week after I got back from Wisconsin, I was gone for about 5-6 weeks. Those horses came in my backyard, and I rescued them. They were thin, full of dirt and mud. They're seniors, but, wherever I'm going to go, I want to go. So, really would love to sell this place, take what I got, and get someplace where, where I feel I will be more comfortable with a military family because I was raised in a military family. And Woodman, my niece served 82nd Airborne in the First Gulf War.
Airborne.
Right.
Airborne, you betcha. You betcha. So,
well, I got your number. I'm going to be giving you a call personally off time, so I just wanted your area because I am going to reach out. I do know some people. So let us take a few other calls. Keep listening. We appreciate it. I got your name written down and your number, and if I can get back to you personally, I will, if that's okay with you.
Please, Michael.
Okay.
I would so appreciate it because you're one I trust. And trust is kind of hard for me.
Yes.
I bet so.
All right. Well, God bless. Hang in there, and we'll talk soon. And God bless you and your family. And we're gonna see what we can't do to help you out. God bless. Okay, that was a great call, folks. That's a return caller, Sandy. I think it was Sandy.
I don't remember her last name.
No, but all right. So again, let's take another call here. We'll scoot right along. Woodman's got some things to do. Am I hitting buttons?
I don't know. Sounds like it.
I don't know. I think maybe I have the disturb thing on. Nobody's gonna get through when I do that. That's kind of cool. Learning this software, folks, at your expense. But hey,
Test pattern.
this is how it has to go. Feature. I gotta turn that off. All right, so let me do that. Save changes. Now I can answer. There we go. You're on the Patriot Hour. What's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Hi, this is Jim from Florida.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, I was listening to what you were talking about the leak, but don't pay attention to the leak. You pay attention to the people who Barr is going after. Like Maxine Waters today, he said he wanted him out. All these people want him out still. They wouldn't say anything that unless he was going after them and they know it. So all that leak is disinformation to throw either us or the cabal off.
I agree.
And,
I mean, that's an angle, right? That's plausible. Like what you just explained is very reasonable and could, why did McCabe not get charged the other day? I'm hearing because they're done with these little process crimes of lying. Most of the people try to bail out on, well, just give me the crime for lying. I'll do 6 to 8 months. And then that's like the golden stamp of the FBI lately is every crime they've gotten somebody on in the last 5 years has been for lying. It's become their staple.
yeah.
So
he could have made a deal too. I mean, they're going after the biggest fish.
That's what I'm saying is we don't know how long or if he's flipped and he's working. And then there's people that just take it for what it is. Whatever breaks in the mainstream paper, then they go with that and they're really upset. So I try not to be. I'm just saying this is what's being reported. They're fuming about no grand juries. I believe it to be leaks from people trying to create just a bunch of discord.
Also, they're trying to test where the leaks are coming from. So if they give that information to someone and it leaks out, they know where it came from, so they can get rid of them.
Right.
Exactly. They can be putting out. Got you. Okay, so what do you, who did you bring up? You brought up Loretta Lynch is coming back up in the, was being talked about today?
No, Maxine Waters
Maxine.
has a tweet that she wants Barr to be disbarred.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we know he's doing the right thing. Just by a couple of those.
I got one more thing real quick. Hugh says this is biblical, and Easter Sunday is rolling up, and the Congress is out of session for 2 weeks, and these people are against Jesus, and Jesus was crucified on Easter, and I wouldn't be surprised if Good Friday or that week is when they make the arrest, because it's biblical. It's more than just political.
Nice. Thank you for calling in. Call in again anytime. We appreciate it. You had a lot of good information, and thank you so much.
Yeah, take care, guys. We love you.
Thank you. God bless. We love you too.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that was
Good angle, huh?
good little angle there. How do you guys like that? So this is why we take the calls. Very plausible. Okay, I got that. So I'm figuring out this software, which is cool. I actually got a lot of control right now of allowing either phone calls to come in or not.
Hey, great.
We'll take it right there. Randomly, next one come through, we take, and then right back to this do not disturb, and that seems to work.
Good deal. Okay, somebody call in.
I gotta save it, I think. There. You are on the Patriot Hour. This is Mike and Woodman. What's going on?
You're on there.
Hey, what's up, Patriot?
What's going on? What time is it?
It'd be good to get rid of IRS so you don't have to file taxes anymore.
You want to get rid of the IRS?
But
I want you to talk about the fair tax.
fair tax.
The fair
What
tax?
do you think about that?
The fair tax?
Yeah.
Okay. We will definitely, we'll jump into that here in just a minute.
I think you like cheap shoppers.
And go Trump for standing up for all this.
Goodbye.
See you later. Thank you for calling. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, fair tax. Ooh, hit the bottom of the mic. I haven't looked into that much. Have you, Woodman, the fair tax?
No, I haven't. Too many other things going on. I haven't. I apologize for that.
Fair tax. It might have been something that kind of sparked out of grassroots, out of Texas. It's founded in 3 Houston entrepreneurs. Fair tax plan. 19. Fair tax plan is a sales tax proposed to replace the current U.S. income tax structure. It abolishes all federal, personal, and corporate income taxes. It also ends all taxes on gifts, estates, capital gains, alternative minimums, Social Security, Medicare, and self-employment.
Something to think about.
I already like the sound of it. I'm gonna have to look into it a little more. We'll look into the pros and cons. All right. Well, we're gonna keep taking phone calls because we need to do some testing. So I'm gonna write that down. So great. Thank you for calling in on that. Fair tax. That is a very good thing to look into and report back on. So look for a future episode of the Patriot Hour on the fair tax, the cons, and the pros.
You know it.
Which is probably going to be mostly
It does sound good though.
pros. Okay, let me turn back on calls because they are being shifted to the operator. Get that right back up. This is what I got to do now. Get that in the wrong spot. You see that? This is a Patriot Hour. You're on. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
Good. I'm
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you
Yep.
good. We hear you good.
Regards Sandy, I believe it was.
Yes.
I kind of came in on the end of that. I live in New Jersey. If she needs help for horses or dogs, I have 8 empty stalls here.
Say that again, because I barely...
That would help her.
Say that one more time for us, would you?
Sandy said something about she's uncomfortable, and she has, I believe, she says dogs and horses.
Yep.
I have 8 empty horse stalls, 20 acres, and I mean, if she said she was unsafe, if she needs a place for the animals.
Are you a military family?
I can get them here. I can take care of them for her.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at your number. I got her number. I won't say those over the air, but I will definitely connect you two. This is awesome. This is just made my whole day. One person called in with a need. You're calling with a solution. That's how quick this worked. This is all we could hope for. How awesome. If it works. So
fantastic.
She wants to come to South Jersey. I have a house she can rent, or she can move in with me. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, what is your name?
Sue.
Suze. Oh, yes. Did you? And you're a member.
Yeah.
I just added you.
Finally figure out how to become one.
Well, welcome. Thank you. No, I just added your name before me and Woodman were sitting here for about a half hour, and I was like, I want to add any new members. And you're one that I did. So thank you so much being part of the Patriot Hour family. This is
a long time. I remember when you only had that little whiteboard with the Patriot Hour.
Yeah.
That was pretty. That was cute. I guess I'm assuming one of your kids did it, but
yeah.
I know it was fun. But if I could help her in any way. Like I said, I have the empty horse stalls, everything.
God bless
I
you.
breed and show dogs, so I'd be more than willing to help.
Well, we appreciate it so much, and you're a great patriot, and we will be in touch. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna actually, this is the last phone call I was gonna take, so this is awesome that I took it. And I'm glad you got through. Thank you, Suze. Again, everybody, Suze is a member of the Patriot Hour family. Let's all, maybe give a shout out in the chat here for, tell her thank you. And we'll talk to you soon. And somehow or another, I will be either calling you back or our other Sandy will.
Or she can contact me.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. I would, man.
Hey.
And Mike.
All right, we'll see you later.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Awesome, you guys. Awesome.
What a family. Awesome.
What a great Patriot Hour send-off. All right, I know we probably could go a little longer, but we're going to go ahead and shut this one down due to the fact that Woodman's got to get going. I got to get going as well. We'll do it again. Maybe later tonight. We'll just see. Well, for sure tomorrow with Woodman. I got a video to finish up on, so that's the first priority. Woodman's out of here. I got to leave soon, but I'm going to finish up on a video. Thank you for the super chat, EO2 Dave.
All right.
I've seen, I guess there's been a few in here. EO2 Dave, thank you. Okay, if the military files charges, a military tribunal can convene. True that. See the extents of things we all know, but we're just looking at the mainstream and how you react. Then after you react in a certain way, you go look at some angles and you'll see that there's more to the story sometimes. Again, we don't know. We're just reporting on it. We kind of know some things, but we can only report on what's, we gotta calm the fires as they come, folks. We followed a long train of abuses up to this point. We're not going to stop. All right, again, I am Michael. This is Woodman. Woodman, you got any thing you want to say to the Patriots here? You want to remind them of the Patriots Fest a little bit?
Yeah, Patriots Fest. August 14th and 15th. Family orientated. Friday the 14th is naturally going to be pretty much based on our day for the Patriots Fest. That's going to be basically our day. Saturday, the next day, the 15th, we have a flag retirement, which is really a very honorable ceremony to retire the flag. It's been tattered and torn. Then they have a little break. Then a motorcycle ride. I think it's like 60 or 70 miles long. They come back, and whoever's on the ride, since you paid to be on the ride, you get a meal. There's meal tickets you can have for that individual meal if you want. Camping is available. Primitive camping. We don't have any electric or any sewer hookups, no water. Primitive. It's a great time. It's
what
a
was
blessed
it?
time.
14th, 15th, you said?
14th and 15th of August, correct. Friday and Saturday.
Oh, Grillin's got it right here. So Patriot Fest 2020, Bristol, Indiana, American Legion Post 143, August 14th and 15th, 2020. And email us at patriotsfest. That's PATRIOTSFEST 2020 at Gmail to get on the list. All right, go ahead, Woodman.
Yeah, you need the email. That would help us out tremendously. Only because we have to anticipate how much food to have on hand, and if we have to have some kind of reserve. We have different routes that we can get food and so forth on like a spur of the moment thing. But all minimal too, so
we just want to have a good chance to make sure we have appropriate food and everyone's got enough to eat, and camping is available flourishably. Is there camping nearby? There is legit camping, and I would suggest EB's, or it'd probably be the closest, like EB's camping. If you wanted an official site, but campers and stuff are friendly. Our Legion has got plenty of room just to throw up a tent. It's primitive, right? We have running water at the pavilion outside, so there's going to be restrooms available. There's a men's and women's restroom with 2 or 3 stalls and actually sinks. Is really clean in there, and nice sinks and mirrors and all that good stuff. So, but anyway, go ahead and continue on a little bit, Woodman, if you had.
Well,
was that about it?
I want everybody to understand this is a very family orientated involvement here. Feel free to bring your kids, pets. Kind of like a lot of kids are scared of animals, so I don't know about that aspect of it.
Unless it's like a medically, we're not saying this 100%. If you got
service
that
dog would be all right, but you have to think about the children, people. That's why I say that. I'm not trying to be rude or mean in any way, shape, or form, but children are going to be there, so you have to worry about their safety.
So we have somebody ask that, Woodman. What am I going at here? I would say we had somebody ask if, and this is somebody I think, I'm going to have to look at the email, but they were saying basically like, hey, blah, 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 we're thinking about coming, we're from this spot, and I think it was somewhere in Indiana, and they talked about would it be friendly, family friendly, and some Boy Scouts could come. They were talking about, and I was like, we've had Boy Scouts involved every year. That is like part of the event. So, bring them. Bring the Boy Scouts. Bring your family.
Yeah, the Scouts are actually part of the ceremony.
Yeah, they do a lot with the flags. When I used to be the first vice down there, first vice commander, we went to the 5 different cemeteries that we are in control of in the area, or not in control of, but for flag replacement for the veterans' grave sites. So we'd put these little 12-inch flags on the ground on the little wood stick with the flag, and you take them back down. We put them out in spring, and you kind of collect them in fall, And then the ones that are bad enough, you kind of get put to the flag retirement ceremony that happens in the spring of every year. So anyway, they're involved heavily. We always open up the tank that we have on the grounds. We have a key to get in there. We make sure we unlock it. Give tours. The kids are allowed to basically climb on it and kind of play in it for a little bit. Check it out. Get a turn inside and climb back out and give the next kid a chance, because only 2-3 people can fit in there.
Well, as long as they don't drive away with it.
Yeah, as long as they don't take off and drive over cars and stuff in the parking lot. We had that happen one year, and it was not good, folks.
Check you out.
We're joking. But, we're joking.
He's only kidding on that one, folks. No, it's in or out. It doesn't work.
But no, it'd be a good time. You guys are going to come down and see a flag retirement. If you've never seen one before, this is a proper way to dispose of a flag that has seen its time. All right, it's very emotional for some people the first time, or every year. It just depends. I've had more. It's a good time, good thing to see. Throughout the years, it varies with the who's in charge of the the group. What we normally do, a 21 gun salute and all that. I mean, it's all real proper, folks, real proper. So
that's going to be done all the time. That's part of the, I'll call it SNHU.
Well, I was going to say, depending on the first or the sergeant at arms and the crew, that the ceremony itself fluctuates every year as far as quality versus that's what I was getting at. And I was hoping this year would be one that was done really well, so maybe we should get on that. I don't know who's in charge of what or where. If they're unwilling at this one, I don't know if it's falling apart, but there are groups, other legions that have a real tight outfit, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I know we kind of lack in that department, but
they do a great job. I'm not down, and I'm just saying
I've done it for a couple of years.
Yeah,
it's pretty snappy at that point.
And at my 8 or 9 years being involved down there, I can say like certain years, like it was really good, and it was practiced and planned out and done well.
But it is a great event.
It is, regardless, it's always done with dignity and all. I mean, it's the respect's always there. That's never lacking. Don't get me wrong, folks. But this year, we'll be involved. It'll be great. All right, folks. So we're going to shut this one down. Again, we've been talking for 10 minutes. We are at the 50-minute mark. We basically went an hour after all. So, Woodman, brother, we'll see you probably tomorrow morning on a live show. Look for him to be beaming in. I don't know what you guys thought of the backdrop today. We just kind of did it, showed the studio here. It worked out pretty well. I actually saved this. We took about 20 minutes to build it. It's great, and I really like it.
I do too, actually.
So hopefully you guys did as well. Again, always trying to keep it fresh and flavorful over here for you at the Patriot Hour, because that is our main mission. I'm joking. Our main mission is to get you the truth and to give you stories as they develop and follow along until the end. Again, you have several different places to get your information from, folks. Some people have come to the conclusion they don't like to look at Q. It's bad, so they've taken it out of their mix. And that's fine. You can't blame anybody. For others of us, did you get bad information from Q, or did you get a bad decode from somebody you follow? For several months of this channel, we just read the Q drops. And we also read you article drops and this drop. Now, what I don't bring you is little CNN articles all the time, because I've taken that out of my mix. All right, I do not follow CNN crap most of the time.
It's got to be the truth.
No, sometimes there is the truth from CNN. They accidentally reported on something as it broke, and they didn't realize the repercussions of who that entangled, and their handler couldn't get a hold of them quick enough. And don't be writing about that thing that happened over on that side of town. Oh, we already got an article out on that side. What?
I like that. Accidental. I love it.
Accidental truth slips out.
Oh no, it's gone now. Can't get it back.
Already spoke of the tongue. See, that's what happens. A lie is harder to cover up, and the truth will just come out sometimes. That's why it happens, right? They call that the something slip. What do they call that? The Thucydidean slip or something, where it's like comes out. Comes out often.
I don't know where you're going with that.
just when the live cameras are on people, like there's been past presidents, even like the last administration, that have come out and just said things, and it's like it just slips because the truth is there. It's always on somebody's mind, the real, what's real. A lie has to be presented and guarded and upkept.
Yeah, because that's why I wouldn't make a good liar. Good God, man, I'd forget what I was lying about all the time. So
Floridian. There you go, Floridian. The Floridian. Couple different spellings. That's why. But Floridian. There is a timer. That timer is my timer to get going. I got places to actually be away from keyboard.
Yeah, I got
AWK away from keyboard. I cannot. I'm not gonna. That's just a timer. I got another one that goes off. That means I need to be out the door. But I need to be shut down before then. Again, Woodman Brother, Patriots, subscribers, members, Sandy and
Carol, is it?
No, Sue's.
Sue's, yep.
I didn't even need to look at it. I didn't find it. But Sue's, we will be in touch. I might put, I'll get that taken care of. All right, you guys, we'll see you later on this evening. Look for another video I got coming out here in just a little bit once I get it wrapped up. We'll talk to you here real soon on the Patriot Hour. Have a great afternoon. God bless each and every one of you. And
pray.
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 Never give up your rights anymore to these idiots. Really hard to get back. Once you give them anything.
You know it. You're right.
The keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.